Malala does not have an idea where they
I'll get to you.
On the issues.
Let me go to Ian.
Let me just rebut. First of all, I want to tell my brother here. He's not a scriptwriter. In fact, I've just received a message here from one Kibe that there's a lot of poaching of ideas and also people owning up scripts that they did not write.
Okay.
You're hogging the airtime now. But let me explain.
We have other speakers.
Let me explain on what he has said.
We have other guests.
But let me explain first because he has.
This is not a play.
Exactly.
You're on my stage now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm the actor.
It's my stage. You can stop acting.
It's not a monologue, it's a dialogue.
Ian Bogwa.
Yes.
It's getting quite exhausting on this stage here today.
If you're the director, you wait for the play to be performed.
Ask you this.
Then Malala said, I'm not a scriptwriter. In this festival, I have won at different levels with about 15 plays.
But those scripts are not yours. We have people who have done those scripts and they're even texting me, you didn't pay them.
Who?
Kibe.
Who?
You did a play and...
Are we going into something?
Yeah, we need
Malala.
We need also...
Just name the play. Don't just name random people I didn't like.
Jeff, first of all, Jeff, next time don't threaten me. Just talk to me in a nice way.
I was talking to you.
Because I don't buy threats. Huh? Now, meritocracy must be key. The moment you say you are ranking plays, and you have an affirmative action of a play number 5 proceeding to the nationals, I think it's fair enough for play number 4 not to be denied that opportunity. We have so many sponsors in this festival. We have even people who are sponsoring plays on environment, items on mental health. All those items do not qualify just because there is a sponsor. But be it as it may, the issue of underrating the intelligence of a child. Children, I think the strongest voice in a society is that of a child. And when you try to suppress that voice, it's like you're burying your head, like the proverbial ostrich, burying its head in the sand. Children are not supposed to be childish. When you say we are using children to maybe express our personal feelings, you are wrong. These children live in a society. For example, if you are a child in Iran right now, would you do a play about subsidized fertilizers? No, you'll do a play about the war, the things you see. These children interact with the society. If we have a regime which is corrupt, we see people going to withdraw 6.3 billion worth of shillings from e-citizen account, yet their capitation money has not been disbursed to school. Their Uji money, their Githeri money has not been disbursed. Those children have got the right to express what they interact with in the society. And therefore, isolating a child's mind and thinking that when children express certain thematic concerns, you are basically getting into politics. And I want to define the word politics. What is politics for you? Because everything is influenced by politics. Development, healthcare, everything. So if you say that you do not want politics or political themes, on the issue of... the
rule does not say politics.
Just a moment.
It's political propaganda.
Please don't but you see, who measures propaganda?
But it's different. What you're referring to politics, I'll tell you what it is.
And you see...
the problem with not attending trainings and workshops
is that then first of all, it's mediocrity to compare my theatrical expertise with yours. So don't go that direction.
I have actually beaten you.
Don't go that direction. No, I cannot even... But wait, I was executing...
Who is the better actor?
I was executing my point. I was executing my point on the issues of rules. And don't disturb my thought process. Stop heckling. Stop politics. Stop heckling.
No. But the rule is political propaganda, not politics.
Now,
don't create your own rule on the
issue of rules. I have to say that first of all, the problem that is ailing the drama festivals and the problem that is ailing the creative industry in this country is that the people who are in authority do not know the depth and the real handwork of theater.
Are you saying,
for example,
the Itumbi?
No, of course. For example, the workshop that Itumbi is referring to that came up with these rules. That workshop, you only receive invitation if you are a TSC holder. Second, those rules he's referring to. Just a moment. Just a moment.
It's not true.
Just a moment.
Lie. No, you recant.
You can't see.
You can't advance a lie.
But you
don't
guys are
advance
heckling.
lies.
You
You're not heckling. You are lying.
Wait for your time.
But you're lying. We can't allow you to lie.
But I'm not like your boss. I cannot lie more than your boss.
You see?
So just relax.
When you lie,
so just relax.
You're not getting anywhere.
But you can't stop heckling. Let me execute. Let me execute. Exactly.
Let's go back to.
Let's go back to interrupting my submission.
we will not allow you to
But
lie.
stop.
Hold on.
But tell them to
Dennis.
stop it.
Dennis.
No, but let him
He
not lie.
says it's people like you who are to blame.
No, but I wanted to execute the point.
No, you did already.
No, I haven't.
Let me put something straight.
Okay,
Because
Let me put something straight based on what he has said before.
Yeah.
And I think Malala does not understand child-centeredness and childishness. And I want to bring this so that I know this is a gray area for him, but I'll educate him for some time.
You cannot compare, man. Boss.
And I'm taking from very far goals of education. Because when we are talking about drama, I'm lucky that 844 found me in school, and I thank him. Some of them got into school with 844.
No.
Previously, they were called extracurricular activities. Extra. That means curriculum one side, these other things on the other side, they're running parallel. Later, there was the need to incorporate those what they called extracurricular into curricular activities. And so they were called co-curricular activities. That means they support the education process. They support the teaching process.
Your acting days.
I still act.
Are you acting right now?
Actually,
2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks ago?
2
I was
weeks
on
ago,
stage
he
at
was
the
on
National
stage.
Theatre. So I'm still acting, and I will continue doing that.
You still love it.
Yes.
But Jeff, I want to tell you we are heading in the right direction
How so?
terms of-
How so?
in terms of creative economy. And I want to say that this administration has expanded the space for creative economy to prosper. And this is the only time that government has been present a lot of times in the lives of artists. But at the National Theatre, any play is allowed to be on stage, whether it is political or social. And recently, there was a play on stage, and Dennis was in attendance, and Professor Anyang was in attendance. And the play was Mgonjwa Mwitu, which had anything about anti-government. But it still performed. It ran its course. And nobody had any problem with it. Now, there was the Cap 222. I wanted to say that, which had censorship on plays and film.
KFCB.
But the government listened to the concerns of the creatives, and all sections that had censorship on stage plays were repealed. That means we are heading in the right direction as far as expanding the space for creativity to be exploited.
Okay, let me go back to Dennis. I was talking about chapter 4. You had your say.
No, I know.
I'm coming back to you.
I haven't rebutted on the issue of rules. And Jeff...
You're still on rules?
Yes, because you are not giving me time, Jeff.
How much time do you need to talk about rules?
These are echoes of the bench, so you need to relax. You need to relax, Jeff. Now, these are the people I was talking about. People at the helm that do not really grasp the real fabric of theatre. In the same rules that Itumbi was referring to, it's good the nation to know that. The Kenya National Drama Festival rules have insisted that if a play is presented to the festival, it must be a play done by a TSC number holder. The same government is saying that it's offering opportunities for creatives. Yet, they are saying that if you do not have a TSC number, you cannot present a play at the Kenya National Drama Festivals. That is very unfortunate. So what has done? The intellectual property policy has been perforated. Because what happens is somebody writes a play, and then a teacher of agriculture, since he's the patron, who does not even know the difference between a simile and a metaphor, writes his name on the script and owns the idea. They have gone to an extent of saying that if you're not a TSC number holder, you cannot even present your students on the stage.
Whose students?
You see, they are not your students, they are Kenyan students.
But
you see,
they are
that's
students.
they are Kenyan students.
No.
You see,
ultimate responsibility of handling students
you've had
lies with the teacher.
No, but you see, there is a,
because when you take your child to school,
you cannot
you are handing that child to a teacher.
Trusting the child to teachers.
But you see,
Jeff, in 2004, at Moi Girls, a student actor complained, and it was a very big case covered even by this media house, that she had been raped by what me and Malala are called in this festival Mamluki, because we train without the TSC number. She complained that she had been raped, and the matter went even up to court. For the out-of-court settlement, the ministry issued a circular. In that circular, the circular put clear rules that the handling of students ultimately is on the TSC teacher.
But that does not amount to you taking the intellectual property. You can handle the student, but do not put your name on a script.
Let me educate you. Malala doesn't even understand copyright. The ultimate owner of moral copyright is the author. Whether you write is Jeff Koinange, you've written a good book, Through My African Eyes, in which you say that you have walked through the continent carrying your voice.
Yes.
And you have not wanted
that book
to
is written by Jeff Koinange, not Cleophas Malala.
Even if
so, if you take my script and you write like the way you took Kibe's script,
you don't lose. You don't. There is no Kibe. You're just throwing words here. Copyright that Marara does not understand. But once you put an idea into a form,
that's it.
The copyright, the moral copyright belongs to you, including the stories that are done by reporters here. However, the overall economic copyright of a reporter who works for Citizen belongs to Citizen. And when you're getting your employment letter, you transfer that.
So you transfer to the agriculture teacher.
But what Malala is also not telling us.
The copyright of the National Drama belongs to the person who puts it into a form. So the author owns the moral copyright. Under law, no one can take it away. But the economic copyright, who sponsors this festival, who pays for the venues?
Is it the agriculture teacher?
Just a minute. That is not even an argument.